Hey, what is up? Tick to the talk. What's costing you thousands? We're going to talk about sales training tonight. So, if you want to know how to make more money, you're in the right place. If not, this is not the video for you. We're going to talk about how you could make a ton, how you can make a fortune in sales. Okay? So, I'm going live on 8 other platforms right now. Let's move you over here. This is costing you thousands. That is the theme for tonight. Why do I feel like I'm wearing, I wonder if my shirt's on backwards. No. So let's get this party started. We're going to go live right now. I'm going to start a countdown. You'll probably hear it. So TikTok. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Tammy Renee. I am a high-performance sales coach, and I'm here to help you ascend to a level 10 and thrive in 2025. We're going to talk about the internal transformation that must occur before you apply external sales strategies. What's going on here? There we go. All right. We're going to go live on Instagram. How's it going? Good evening. Welcome to the 7 p.m. R.I.S.E sales training. This is the second live today, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. We're going to go over this curriculum on how you could make a fortune in sales. We're on 8 different platforms right now. So comment below where you're watching us from and what industry that you're in. If you're in sales, this is the video for you. This is the live for you. We're giving away a training that's minimum going to be $2,000 in just a couple weeks. This is going to help you make a fortune in sales. Whether you're a business owner or a sales rep, this is the training for you. So this here, which is the R.I.S.E, welcome, by the way, those of you who don't know me. My name is Tammy Renee, a high-performance sales coach and sales expert, over 33 years experience in sales across 6 industries. I've sold tens and tens of millions of dollars in everything from multi-level marketing to plus sizes to telemarketing, timeshares, brick and mortar stores. I pioneered live shopping on Facebook. What is my point in saying all this? There are 4 pillars, 4 things that I've used across all industries that have helped me make a fortune in sales. Okay? I mean, this is a beautiful high-rise that we're in right now. So, and you can go from broke to having a lot of money in a short period of time in sales. Okay? So tap the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Show some love. Let me know where you're watching from, because we are about to get started. What is R.I.S.E? R.I.S.E is the internal transformation for every single coach, consultant, business owner, sales rep, anyone that has a product or service to sell. This training is for you, because all of these sales gurus out there online are teaching you external sales strategies. They're teaching you about the psychology of a prospect, when really you must master the psychology of self before you try and master and understand someone else's way of thinking. Wouldn't you agree? Type a 1 below if you agree that before you start learning strategies on how to sell someone, you really need to know your emotional regulation. What is your emotional intelligence? So there's nothing else like the R.I.S.E training on the market. This is free. Comment, well, free for now. Comment 2025 below, and you're going to get the workbook and the curriculum. Now, this is how you can tell we implement stuff. This is the workbook. Excuse me, that's the curriculum, and this is the workbook. Okay? It's not designed for you to feel like you're sitting in school for 8 hours a day. It's a few workbook pages per module, per actionable step. We don't want you to go through everything all at once, okay? So we've already established what sets level 10 sales mastery apart from the rest is our proprietary R.I.S.E system. There's 4 pillars that you must master internally In order for you to be successful in sales, in your business, basically in life, I'm not going to lie, this is going to help you transform as an individual, which is obviously going to positively impact your personal relationships as well. You just don't want to be a jerk, right? Just don't be a jerk. So what R.I.S.E shows you how to do is how to be a good person, how to be natural, okay? So what can you expect out of this training? You're going to have quite a few unfair advantages over your competition if you're in sales, if you're in business. We are launching, or I have launched today, the pitch room. This is a beta launch. It's not some grand opening, okay? This is a beta launch, which means first time we're releasing this R.I.S E training out in the market, so we're giving it to you for free. It's $2,000 minimum in just a couple of weeks, maybe sooner than that. Comment 2025 below and I'll get you the link. So the unfair advantages that you're going to have over your competition. Who's your competition? Anyone else selling the same product or service as you. So you're going to have an opportunity in the pitch room to practice your pitch amongst peers. Forget these AI robots that are out here. I mean, you're still not pitching a real person. So what happens when it comes time for you to call a real prospect and sell them your product or service? You're going to be nervous. You're going to sabotage the call. You're going to lose the sale because you were so used to practicing with a robot. Okay? So in the pitch room, you're going to rub elbows with sales experts like myself, other sales professionals that are there to coach you, critique you, and provide you actionable steps that you can immediately implement. All of this free sales training that you're getting online right now, everything you're trying to get for free, does you this bit of good if you don't implement it. And your kids are tired of role playing with you. Your wife, your hubby, they don't want to role play. They hardly ever see you anyways. So let's separate that time. Get in the pitch room. And then that way when you go home, you can enjoy your family instead of having them role play. And most are probably not doing role play in the first place. So this is why you haven't made a fortune in sales yet. If you have, congratulations, comment a 10 below. Okay, but unless you've made millions of dollars every year in sales, there's still some way to improve. So if you're stuck in a job and you might be over 40 and you're thinking, what else can I do in life? Sales is the highest paying, P-A-Y-I-N-G, paying. Sales is the highest paying profession in the world that doesn't require a formal education or prior experience. A lot of people get IQ confused with EQ. You think that you have to know how to sell in order to be successful in sales, and that's completely false. You must know how to regulate your emotions in order to be successful in sales. Does that make sense? Comment a 2 below if that makes sense. Because as soon as you start getting nervous about the sales call, if you feel like maybe the prospect isn't following you, you're worried, am I talking too much? What if I get a no? What if I'm rejected? You know what all of that is? It's childhood trauma that you're carrying around, giving a piggyback. You're putting it in a backpack and you're giving it a piggyback, carrying it around with you everywhere. And so a lot of times, in fact, most times, sales training companies and programs don't talk about this. It's like, ooh, it's a fine line. We don't want to talk about mental health. Yes, we do. Because the external sales strategies that you're using are temporary. You're still going to be miserable when you go home. You're going to be a jerk to the wife, to the husband, to the kids, irritable, you're tired, you had a stressful day at work because you couldn't close the door to save your life. Got 0 on the board for that day. But with high emotional intelligence, you become detached from the sale. And you know what happens? The 4 C's. Confidence. You're going to have some confidence because you become an expert of the product or the service. You become confident because you know that what you have provides value. Now, if you're out there working in a boiler room, have you seen that movie Boiler Room? Okay, Wolf of Wall Street. If you're out there working in one of those type of establishments, shame on you if you could go to sleep at night. Okay? So this is ethical sales training. We don't teach you all these sleazy, grimy tactics or techniques. I teach you how to naturally be you. Anyone, if you've ever met me before, whether it's in person, virtual, over the phone, you will feel like you've known me forever. And it's not with an ulterior motive that I have. I'm not faking it. This is me. And so the reason why you want to apply the R.I.S E training to you for your internal transformation to make a fortune in sales is because you're going to be so confident. You're going to realize that there's charisma inside of you didn't even know that you had. So you're going to have a pep in your step. You're going to be charismatic. You're going to smile when you're pitching your offer, whether it's on the phone or in person. And so when you're confident and you have charisma, guess what happens? We merge the two together and you're able to clearly communicate your offer. And so when you can clearly communicate your offer and you're not serving up a bunch of word salads, confusing the prospect, your chances increase, obviously. It's a given. Your chances increase of getting the sale. And so when you're clearly communicating your offer and you get the sale, then you have to have a client-centric approach. How many of you have spent money with a company and you felt like you're getting the runaround? Comment a 1 below. If you spent money with any company, paid your bills. I just had a situation with Cox Communications, transfer me around. I mean, I was just beside myself. Finally, I had to write a formal complaint. And that's like such a Karen thing to do. But it got me what I wanted, okay? The whole point is I was frustrated, and when a company frustrates you, then you're not going to want to give them your money. And so the number one, write this down, the number one reason why companies lose customers is there is a misalignment between the sales department and client support. Now, what does that mean? We're talking about the 4th C. These are the 4 pillars that have helped me sell tens of millions of dollars, get into my dream penthouse, live my dream life, getting ready to buy a beach house, beachfront property. And just in 2018, I was living in the back of one of my clothing stores. Sales is the fastest path to cash. Sales is like this. If you don't regulate your emotions. Back in 2017, I didn't have my emotions regulated. That's why I lost a lot of money and dug myself a hole. How many of you have dug yourself a hole? You don't even have to admit it right now. But if you're not where you want to be, you're in a little bit of a hole. What happened? What got you there? It's not external, it's internal. Take responsibility and accountability. So what happens when you get a new customer? You have to have centricity. The onboarding process has to be smooth. They have to hear from you within the first 24 hours. Don't take their money and run. This isn't some scammy, cold calling boiler room. Okay? Don't just get the credit card number and be happy that you get to put your sales numbers on the board and you made commission, and then you forget about Sally who just spent $5,000 with you. That's a chargeback waiting to happen. So client centricity is making the customer feel like they're a VIP no matter what. Even if they bought your lowest ticket item. Why did they buy your lowest ticket item if you had something more to sell? Again, take accountability. That's you. You were probably too scared to offer the higher priced item. So this is exactly why to download these. Comment 2025 below. This is $2,000 in less than 2 weeks. And we're going to give you an opportunity to get in the pitch room where you can connect directly with me. We're going to do live role play. There's no other program out there that's going to give you everything that I'm giving you in the pitch room, okay? Live role play. You can Voxer, V-O-X-E-R. That's an app. Once you get on board, we're going to have you download Voxer. Voxer me your recorded sales calls. If you're not recording your sales calls right now, download the app Tape a Call. Tape a Call. I don't sponsor. They don't sponsor me. It's just what I use. Tape a Call. Record your phone conversations because you'll be able to send them to me. I'll evaluate them, critique you, and we're going to make some in-course corrections. You're also going to be able to be part of group calls. You'll also be able to hear from other sales experts, sales strategists as well. There's a difference between those. Okay? So confidence, communication, charisma, communication, and centricity. Those are the 4 C's. That's on the first page of your workbook. Do the work, but also implement it. You've been spending years and years getting all kinds of free information on the internet about whatever you want to learn and nothing to implement. You got a whole backpack This whole backpack is full of free stuff. You've been filling this damn thing up with all kinds of free stuff and you don't have a roadmap to get to the land of success. And you wonder why your vehicle's breaking down. Okay? So in this training, we're going to be private in our group and on Zoom. And you're going to be able to pitch me in front of your peers. Because if you're too afraid to pitch in front of your peers, that's one thing you're lacking is confidence. That's the first C. You must be comfortable to pitch in front of anybody at any time. Don't be a robot. Buy all these black book of questions, book of rebuttals from all these gurus. This is surface level external strategies that they're teaching you. You got to deal with yourself inside. If you don't like who you're waking up to, you don't like how you look, you don't like where you live, whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. It's no one else's fault but you, but yours. So if you're not making sales, whose fault is it? Yours, because you're either lacking confidence, charisma, you're not communicating clearly. And the client support team, if you're in sales and you don't talk to anyone in customer service or client support, and you don't have a couple people that, you know, will take care of a couple customers for you that you could get in good with, you're not doing your job. You guys need to be fused together. This needs to be a fusion process. So if you're just hopping on, my name is Tammy Renee. I'm a high performance sales coach and sales expert, over 30 years experience in sales. Absolutely love it. Did door-to-door sales, online sales, live shopping sales on Facebook before TikTok ever existed. Had brick and mortar stores, multi-level marketing, telemarketing, timeshares. And I've always been in the top 1 or 2. I don't believe in 3. I don't even really like number 2. Okay, but you can't always win. But hell, don't go lower than 2 because no one's going to know who you are. But I've been in the top 2 in every company before I started owning my own companies. And you know what I did? I made sure I had confidence. I've always had charisma. I didn't have to learn it, but you can learn charisma. It's a skill you can learn. And communication, you don't have to worry about me not telling you how I feel or what I think. And then also always making everyone feel like they're the most important person to me at the time. Okay? And beyond, not just at the time. Don't be fake. So if you're looking to make a ton of money in sales, this is the training for you. Comment 2025 below and get your free curriculum. We're talking about the pitch room. So in the pitch room, this is what I want you to think about. You know, if you want to double or triple your conversion rates and you don't know what to do, you're trying all these sales training programs, they're not working because you're not involved in the pitch room on a daily basis and you don't have access directly to the founder or the creator, maybe someone that they trained. So this isn't the situation here in the pitch room. You have direct access to me, okay? So what do you think is easier? If you practice on your sales calls and on your leads, you blow through your leads, you sabotage the sale, or do you think B is easier, where you get in a pitch room amongst high performers, people that have similar interests and are in the same industry or looking for sales training in their industry, and we critique you, we have in-course corrections, we help you with your pitch? What do you think is easier? And it's going to make you more money. A, blowing through your leads and practicing on the leads, or B, if you're coming on, I see the hearts. Thank you so much. I don't know who it is. StreamYard is out the window right now. We're going to get rid of StreamYard. Or B, do you think it's better if you get in the pitch room after work hours? Did Kobe, did Michael Jordan, did all of these great athletes, not even just athletes, even Michael Jackson, hell, he was practicing when he was little, at 5 years old. Right? His dad was cracking the whip. Do you think all of these famous athletes, stars, celebrities, even people in college and high school football and sports, they don't just practice with the team? How are you ever going to be ahead of the team? And number one, if you're always doing the same thing that they're doing, that's not setting you apart from anybody. You have to go above and beyond. I get it. You're probably tired at the end of the day. You want to sit on the couch, watch Netflix, eat a bowl of ice cream, whatever it is that you do. That's not being intentional. That's not, what top tier sales reps do. You want to practice your pitch I've always practiced more than everyone else, and I've always made more money than everyone else where I've worked. So if you want to make a ton of money in 2025 and you don't want to blow through the leads, and the company that you're working for provides very minimal sales training, guess whose responsibility it is to do what you got to do to get to the top? So if you're looking to make more money and you're tired of doing what you're doing, or even if you're younger and you're in school and you're like, what the hell do I want to do? Sell. Sell. It's the fastest path to cash. Sales is the highest paying profession in the world that doesn't require a formal education. Okay? So we're going to talk really quick about childhood trauma, because this is what subconsciously is sabotaging your sales calls. And you're probably like, wait, I didn't click on this live to have a therapy session. Maybe you need it. I'm not a therapist, but maybe it's going to let you realize some things that you've been putting on the back burner. Right? We got to be present here, and you've been putting this stuff on the back burner because you're afraid of being told no. You're afraid of rejection. Maybe you didn't get the love that you needed as a child. Maybe you were like me and locked up in a room like a prisoner with no one to communicate with. Okay, so maybe you have all this trauma, and it's subconsciously, because you're so scared, you become so attached to the sale, just like you were attached to anyone that probably showed you love growing up. Let's keep it real. No sales training talks about this, but it's what we need to talk about, okay? You're afraid the customer is going to reject you like you were rejected when you were little. This is the truth, okay? So subconsciously, you're sabotaging your call. Become detached. You're an adult now. We can't use childhood trauma as an excuse. Deal with it. Do what you have to do to deal with it. Maybe it's the environment that you're in. It might not even be childhood trauma. Maybe you had a great childhood, but you married a jerk. Or your kids disrespect you. And you hate your life. I mean, how can you go out and be a top performer? How can your business be so successful and you hate your life? And the only time you feel satisfied or joyful is when you're talking to clients. And then you dread going home. I've been there. So I'm just speaking from experience. And I know I cannot be the only one in this world of 8 billion people that feel that way. As soon as I walked away from anything that wasn't serving me, as soon as I started losing weight, and believe me, you don't have to have a six-pack to make a ton of money in sales like one of these other gurus tell you. But I will tell you, if you have more energy, you lose weight, you feel great, you make more money. I was making a lot of money, way heavier than I am now. But I am going to say, if you do get healthier, you're going to be able to enjoy what you're making, A, and B, you're going to have the energy. So you just got to really live with intention. Make 2025 the year that you live with intention. You're not like leaves on a tree, like Medea says. The wind blows and you're over here. And the wind blows and you're over there. Hi, Raquel. Don't be like what Medea said, okay? Because it's windy as hell today. You would have been a hot mess in Phoenix, Arizona, if your emotions were like the wind. So let's talk about being intentional. Don't be a jerk. Be a good person. You don't have to dread sales. These skills that you're going to learn in this book, you literally can go get a sales job and make 6 figures. Your first 6 figures. I mean, come on. When you make your first 6 figures, it's easier to make multiple 6 figures. It's even easier to make 7. I know that sounds crazy because you're like, damn, it's hard to make 6 figures. But you learn. You're going to learn today. And so you double down on what worked and throw out the window what didn't work. So this is gonna be some shadow work. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. Some of you might not know what I'm talking about. But this is going to help you recognize some stuff that you just been drinking to hide, smoking to hide, eating to hide. This is going to bring up some childhood trauma or some realities now of what you're choosing or what you're not changing, you're choosing. Yep. So if you feel that there's questions or there's some things that you want to ask but you don't want to post on here, because we get pretty deep with this type of training, with this internal transformation. Don't get sucked into all this social media, mindlessly scrolling, and before you know it, like 3 hours have passed and you're like, damn, I could have called a stack of leads and made some sales. So do this internal transformation work with us. I promise you, if you haven't made 6 figures, This is the year that you will make 6 figures, because I'm giving you all the secrets that have helped me make multiple 7 figures in different industries. And it's all been the same pillars: confidence, charisma, communication, and centricity. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know how to sell. You need to know how to master your emotions, and you will make a fortune in sales. Okay? Now, for those of you that don't have a business yet and you're not in sales yet, but you're like, I've seen Tammy glow up. Like some of you have been following one of my pages for many years, and you see me do all kinds of stuff in sales. And I'm finally in my dream. One of my dreams. Beach house is next. So if you're wondering, what can I do? Damn, I'm over 40. Damn, I'm over 50. Or it's too late to go back to school. Or, I don't have time to go to school even if I wanted to. It's 2025, okay? You don't need to go to school, period. Do your own research and find out how many people that graduate college that are actually in the profession they want to be in. I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying I'm passionate about this. I'm saying my feelings. Because I couldn't wait to get out of high school during the day and speed over to my telemarketing job and close a couple deals and make more money than all the adults that were there all damn day. So this is so fast that you can hit this $100,000. So 2 things. Download, comment 2025 so you can download the link. I'll send it to you. Second thing is, do some work tonight in the workbook. This morning we talked about the 4 C's. Tonight we talked about the 4 C's. It's free right now. The pitch room is where the action is going to be. That's where the magic happens, is in the pitch room. I could give you free downloads all day long, right? It's a digital product. Doesn't cost me anything because I'm not the one printing it out. It's you if you choose to do that. But the pitch room, I'm devoting my time and able to critique you. I've owned call centers. Phone sales is my jam, okay? Cold calling is my jam. I have tens of thousands of leads in my office, and I love to cold call. Because you already know, if you're cold calling leads for people that have tried businesses before, tried marketing before, or tried sales training programs before, and they didn't get the results, you are here to save the day. And if you don't truly believe your product or service will do that, maybe you need to change products or services or industries. Okay, so those are the 2 things. If you have questions, feel free to message me. The beta launch is now in full effect for the pitch room. Send me a DM on the DL right here on FB or wherever that you're watching, and I will get you the link to download this. We're going to start the pitch room, I believe, Monday after next on Zoom. So let's get some of you in there so I can see your beautiful faces, and I'm not the only one flapping my gums. That way we can give you the talking stick, okay? So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you. My name is Tammy Renee, founder of Level 10 Sales Mastery, coming to you live from beautiful downtown Phoenix, Arizona. And life is good. I love this life, and I hope you wake up feeling the same. If you don't wake up and give gratitude before you put 2 feet on the ground, that's the first mistake you're making of your day. So give gratitude to your higher power, and I will see you mañana. Good night, everyone. TikTok, we're going to stay on here really quick. I should have posted the other TikTok account on here. So this replay is going to be available in the Value Vault, which is basically our treasure chest of training videos. You can still send me a DM, but if I send you the link for the downloadable curriculum, you're going to still have to copy and paste it, okay? So if you have any questions, send me a DM on the DL, and I will see you later. Let's make a ton of money. Let's make a freaking fortune in 2025. Good night.